Hello everybody, Be Vicious here. It is October 5th, 2015, and yesterday was a pretty shitty day. So let's talk about it, shall we? So the Buffalo Bills had the New York Giants come into town and just played the shittiest game I've ever seen us play. Absolutely just horrible. I hated every second of it. Um, it was bad. It was, you know, I 17 penalties for 135 yards. Atrocious. Just absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely just disgusting. And it's definitely this is the um, this is definitely the bad Rex Ryan that has come out to show its very ugly face. I was asking for this back in January, and he has delivered. He's shown good Rex and he's shown bad Rex. This is it was just astounding at watching us just rack up penalty after penalty after penalty, allowing the Giants to just continue their drive just continue their drive, touchdown, and just it was just, are you serious? This is so bad. It was just, why? There's no accountability on the players, and there's just no discipline or that they're playing with their heads up their ass. It was just that was a game we should have won. Period. End of sentence. And realistically, like we were even though we lost by 14, even though like we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot, we were still close. We we had two touchdowns called back on very trivial penalties, I will say. Thank you, referees. The hold that negated Tyrod's 30-some yard run, that's a little objective. Could go one way, could go the other. The chop block on Incognito when Tyrod hit Clay for a 30-some yard touchdown, that was bullshit. Yeah, it was stupid for him to go and block him. It was unnecessary of him, but he hit him in the waist. A chop block is defined by hitting somebody who is engaged to somebody else from the thigh down. He hit him in the waist. That was not a chop block. Open your eyes, refs. On top of that, I'm not going to sit here and say that the refs blew the game for us, but there was definitely some bias. That roughing the passer that got called back on Tyrod Taylor was absolutely a roughing the passer. And do not tell me that they would have ever taken that penalty back if that was Eli Manning, let alone any other high-profile name quarterback in the league. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, etc. Horseshit. Now, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and blame the refs. I'm just going to say that fuck you, because there was some horseshit. But we played atrociously late yesterday. We deserved to lose. We played, according to Rex, we have heart, which no, you need to be thinking. You need to be playing with your head, not your heart. You need to, I get it. You need to be motivated and, come back to win, but you can most certainly come back from adversity playing with your head. You don't need to be that over emotional and get just crazy out of your minds, making stupid penalties that are just destroying our offensive drives, just allowing the Giants just go down the field. So this was a game that we really needed Fred Jackson. This was a game that if he was here, he wouldn't have done anything in terms of stats, and he doesn't really need to. This would be a game that he would have taken his players and just been like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What is wrong with you? Get your asses out of your head. This is ridiculous. This is the game we needed Fred. And unfortunately, we do not have him. It sucks because I still understand the move that they made, but it's just like that was a move that really will hurt this organization because there needs to be more leadership. Fred was a bona fide leader in this locker room, and he would have made sure that this team wasn't playing the way they are. Now, with that being said, one thing that I really want to point out here is I'm very impressed with Tyrod Taylor. The first half was bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why. the play calling was horrendous. Just absolutely, like he made some bad throws. He made some poor decisions. But you know what? This is his 4th start in the NFL. Give the guy a break. Like, so he had a rough first half. Okay. Once the offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, started saying, hey, the running game isn't working against the second-rated run defense in the NFL, let's start throwing the ball. Tyrod Taylor started to torch their secondary. And then, I've already explained the two touchdown negating penalties, so that would have been 3 touchdowns compared to 1. The interception he threw to Charles Clay, that was a little underthrown, but you know what? Clay's got to either catch that or knock that shit down to prevent that defender from getting that ball. That should not have been an interception. That was not Tyrod's fault. There were several drop passes. The penalties are, a guy can only do so much with one game. He, the play calling on 1st through 4th and goal that we ended up turning over on downs was horrible. Why? We're on the right hash. We run 3 straight plays to the right side. Our weaker side, mind you. And none of them get in. None of the passes went into the end zone, were designed to have people in the end zone. They were all meant to be pick plays, and we had blockers miss Jerome Felton was supposed to pick one of the 2 guys that tackled Carlos Williams on 4th down. Carlos Williams didn't block one of his guys when Tyrod tried to run in on 3rd down. It was terrible play calling. So we had a mix of terrible play calling, all those goddamn penalties. He was missing his top 2 targets in Shady and Sammy, which that clearly made a huge impact on the game. And just, you can only do, and then 2 of his touchdowns, which were fantastic plays, just a beautiful throw and a wow run into the end zone. Just, nope, we're going to take, the refs just called those back. And then also a missed field goal by Dan Carpenter. So that's 17 points that were just taken off the scoreboard for the Bills. So, we lost by 14. So this is a game we should have won, and we didn't. But I am very excited for the future of Tyrod Taylor. And while this game absolutely sucks and I hate it, those are mistakes that are going to be, that can be fixed. You know what? I feel that, this is Rex's second opportunity with the team, and they said this is going to be his last. He's not going to allow this to be. I feel that he saw the same shit happen in New Jersey, because no, they're not. It's not the New York Jets, the New Jersey Jets. He saw the same thing go on in New Jersey. He's seeing the same thing now. I think he's going to be like, all right, I got to make an adjustment. He's got to start having players be more accountable and really start honing in on discipline, because you can't just be playing with, you built a bully, but, you have to build a smart bully, because of what's the point of being a bully if you keep getting caught and getting sent to detention and getting suspended and whatnot, so just there's no point to bullying, by the way, but the point is you need to fix your team, Rex. Now going into the next week, we have the Tennessee Titans, which will be an interesting matchup. Marcus Mariota's only played 3 games, and he's played relatively well, I believe, in the first three games, especially his first game, but that was against the Buccaneers. So I think it's worth mentioning that 3 of our first 5 opponents had extra rest against us. They had the Patriots, Giants, and had 10 days to prepare for us, and now the Titans had 2 weeks. So both of our losses came at the hands of the teams that had more time to prepare for us. In both games, they looked like they were more prepared for us than we were prepared for them. So fuck you, NFL scheduling. So this next game is going to be interesting. I'm just going to sit here and hope that we win. I really don't know. I don't know enough. I feel that I know Marcus Mariota. He's more of a quarterback that is more about the quick screens, the quick plays and whatnot like that. And he's more attuned to the pro style system rather than the spread system that goes on in the NFL, or that goes on in college. It'll be a good game. Hopefully our defense can, because we've been doing our best. I don't know, we're generating pressure, we're just not quite getting there. So hopefully we can manage to get into the into the quarterback space, make him make mistakes. I think we can do that, and if we manage to do that, I think I'm not sure if we're going to be getting Sammy or Shady back. If we can get one of those back, I'll be pretty confident that we can pull out this win. If not, Percy Harvin was not, he's a good number 2 receiver. As of yesterday, he is not a number 1 receiver. That is very obvious because there were just drops all over the place by his receivers, and just not, the plays weren't that good. So I'll make the prediction that the Bills will win, but after this week, I got to see improvement. I got to see some more discipline from this team. It's we're 2-2, so we're not out, and this was definitely a game that out of the games that are on our schedule, this was one we could afford to lose, and this was one that if we're gonna have a game where a gut check game where you need to figure shit out and really reflect on your team, like this was the game to do it. This was out of conference, while it sucks losing a home game, it's better to we're gonna go on the road, and I think we're gonna be more focused on the target ahead. So go Bills. Hopefully we can pull this one out. So I'm going to say the Bills will win. I'm going to say it's going to be a close one. I'm going to say, and I'll say it's a low-scoring game too. I'm going to say this one is going to be toughly fought. And this is the first time we've gone to Tennessee since the Music City Miracle. So hopefully we can win this one and not let some bullshit happen. I'll say the score will be 21-18 Buffalo. So with that said, have a great day, guys. Go Bills.